What's up, all you beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of the Way Late Bloomers podcast. I hope all of you are enjoying this second season so far. We are right at the end of that. We currently have 3 more episodes. If I'm being honest, I think going forward, I'm going to try to make my intros a lot shorter and just to the point, so we can dive into the episode, because let's be honest, I say the same fucking thing in every single intro. It's just... at this point, if anybody finds us, you guys know to like the video or to subscribe to the podcast. You guys know where to find us, give us a rating, all that good stuff. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing my voice. I know I am. But with that being said, if this is the first episode somebody comes across, we're on YouTube. You can find us at The Way Late Bloomers. We have horror games over there. Hopefully we're getting ready to jump back into that. We had a discussion the other day where we talked about how we kind of miss doing that. So hopefully we're going to be going forward and getting back into that. We're on YouTube. You can also find the podcast over there. We're on a shit ton of podcast platforms. So you can essentially just throw a dart at a board and we're on that one. So you can find us anywhere. But again, as always, if you guys do not know, please give us a like and a share and all that good stuff, and make sure you subscribe to the podcast and give us a rating on whatever platform, because it does help us get up there on the boards when more people can find us and all that stuff. And we're trying to, get out there more. We want more people to discover us, and so just keep sharing us around with anybody that you know and all that good stuff. So this episode was going to be late, and thankfully I just powered through it. I went through hell this past week at work, which you'll hear a little bit about on this episode. I didn't know at the time how bad it was going to be, but oh boy, we'll probably talk about that in the finale. But had a shit time at work, so I had no time to edit, and then this past weekend went to a horror con, which left me with even less time to edit, and I didn't have any time to edit this week. So this is my first day off, and I've had no sleep, so I'm just powering through it, and so the show must go on because I love you people, and I love all of you that listen, and we all are super appreciative, and we just like giving you content. So with all that being said, one last thing before I get into it, please go follow us on our socials. We have an Instagram, a Facebook, and we have a TikTok. Hopefully we're going to try to do some skits on there. We have a few ideas. So yeah, please give us a follow on there if you want to, and but just follow us on Facebook and Instagram for all of our updates and behind the scenes stuff and all that goodiness. But on to the episode. Please enjoy episode 8 of the Way Late Bloomers podcast.
Opens up and there's another trove of movies. That'd be fucking crazy.
Of course.
See one of those beds that's got a bunch of drawers and shit underneath it. He pulls them out. It's a bunch of fucking movies.
What'd you do? Started already?
I've looked at those. I have looked at those. So,
son of a bitch.
But I thought about seeing if I could lift the bed to put. I don't want the bed part. Just give me the drawer part. And I can just lay the bed on top.
Yeah, just a frame.
I don't know though. Spending fucking. You know how expensive California King frames are. Even their sheets are ridiculous. So I can't imagine what a frame would be.
Yeah, my parents had a fucking California King waterbed frame.
California girls, undeniable, Daisy Dukes, bikinis on top.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
Appreciate you starting it.
Of course. I gotta get a little bit of conversation. God damn it. There we go.
What is happening?
I was trying to get that to turn over. It was real tight.
Who's tightening that nut?
What? So fellas. This is now, what is this episode?
Grab your left one,
8.
make your right one
8.
jealous. What?
Yeah, episode 8. So we did. So yeah, we released 7 yesterday.
Sure.
So hope everybody's enjoying that. So what?
I've already listened to it.
Have you? Was it good?
Mm-hmm.
You're quick.
I can hear. I don't know if you want to cut this out later, but I can definitely hear whenever he splices in the old content from where I was falling asleep.
That's my fault, because once I did it, I realized that, I had all 3 of our voices on a different thing than what our voices were on the old one. And it was a simple change. All I had to do was go back and click the same voice thing we would have been on. Couldn't tell anything. But I didn't do that till after I've cut them and spliced them and everything. And I put them in there, and I was like, wait a minute, why does it sound so off? Then I went
It's not
back.
that it sounded off. It's just I could notice, be like, I'll be talking about one thing, and all of a sudden it jumps to a new conversation.
I was trying to like put it in to where it wouldn't be so fucking obvious, but I was like, I can't. There's like, we talk about random shit all the time anyway, so I was like, just throw it in there. I was like, fucking.
You was tired. You was ready for bed.
I did that the night we recorded that episode. Like, it took me till 7 or 8 in the morning to do that.
Jesus,
I'm glad you're doing it, because I ain't doing it.
I was like, oh, fuck it. I said,
I'm a talent.
I was like, let me give this a whirl, see if I can fucking do this. So, fellas, how's y'all's weeks been? Last couple weeks been.
That pretty much sums it up right there.
What did we do? When was the last time we recorded? 2 weeks ago?
2 years ago?
It was 2 weeks ago.
3 years ago? Yeah.
3 weeks.
That's what it feels like. 3 years.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
It's about 3 weeks, I think.
What you guys been up to in the last 3 weeks? 3 months. That's about right. 3 months, 3 years, same thing.
It's about 3 fortnights.
Work and doctor.
How's the doctor stuff? I love these episodes when I ask you. There's so many episodes now where I ask you a question about something you say before it starts, and I'm like, this is how you know it's gonna be good. I'm like, yep.
I don't remember if I told you guys about the nerve study.
Did you?
I think you did.
I can't remember if you did or not.
You said, because he said that he told you had carpal tunnel?
Yeah.
That's right.
So, like, he gave me more issues with no solutions.
Yeah, you said that always happens.
Yeah, that's about normal.
I went back
So I don't like going to the doctor.
yesterday, and he was like, he called me up. He's like, I got an idea, but I want you to come in and we'll talk about it. And I was like, fuck me. That means I'm dying. I'm not, but
Damn it.
he's got an idea for something else that it could possibly be on top of everything else.
Like the way you're sitting in your computer chair? Could it be the way you're sitting in your computer chair?
No.
It was just a guess.
No, it's an actual syndrome. And he's like, we're gonna do another specific type of nerve study just for this to see what comes back.
Bro, how many different types of nerve studies are there?
Apparently a lot. And then I have to do like a month's worth of PT.
Jesus Christ. Is this all from your thing in your neck? Like the disc in your neck? Or
What are you going to do in PT? Like stretches or something? Like posture shit? Yes. Oh, fuck.
Do neck
And
stretches.
after that, if that doesn't help, then we kind of determine that this is what it is, because it's one of those like clinical diagnoses. Like there's no definitive test that says yes or no. It's like based off symptoms and like what kind of findings they have. They'll say, okay, you do have this.
But they won't. But they won't do surgery.
They will if PT doesn't do anything and everything points to it.
It's therapy sessions. I don't want to be here 2 minutes into it.
I know what you fuckers are trying to do.
Well,
So it's like they won't. Is surgery like the absolute like just last option?
usually it is.
Pretty much, yeah.
But do you
That or
think?
death.
But do you think this just having like if you went ahead and had surgery, it would actually like help you?
I don't know.
I don't know, that's the scary part of it.
But other than that,
Crap.
just been working. I actually had a good day on Thursday.
Wow.
Because the day before,
These
one of the
are-
other workers was like, hey, do you want to split your shift? And just like, I'll work the first half, you work the second half. I was like, yeah, I'd love to do that.
That's
And then,
wow.
so
Got to
I was
sleep
like, what
in a
time do you
bit.
want to leave? And they're like, oh, I'll work from 7 to 1. And I'll come in 6:30 to 1. I'll come in 1 to 6:30. I was like, okay, cool. And then that day, I wake up at like 10, 11. They're like, hey, do you want to just wait and come in at 3? It's like, fuck yeah. So I had the shortest shift where I walked in and like literally was like,
That's crazy.
walked in, did one round on people, and then fucking bounced.
That's
It was
awesome.
beautiful.
That's.
I mean, I'm gonna get shorted on my check for it, but
course.
fuck it, it was worth it.
That's what I'm saying. It's the little things. No,
Yeah.
it's always the little things. Spence, how's your 3 weeks been?
They're okay.
really good.
Huh?
I said this is really good. Today. Damn.
I don't know what to talk about. It's the same. I made it to the gym 6 days a week, every day or every week, all 3 weeks.
Why do you need to go 6 days?
3 days for lower body, 3 days for upper body. At least that's what I did this time. I may switch it up next week.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Mike?
Well, other than the fact that I'm about to get royally butt fucked at work starting tomorrow.
I saw 2,700 movies. I bought about 1,300 pops.
Just so you know, I traded in a fuck ton of pops.
But no movies.
It don't look like it, but I did. The fucking shelf below you used to have shit ton of
He
them.
traded in the ones we never see. The ones that are in
The
like,
ones
the
that
storage
we
unit.
bought 'em.
The one that are behind you had 3 fucking layers. I took the first. I went
He's
twice.
got a storage unit of them.
I'm not that bad. The first time I went was before I went to the beach. I took 6 boxes of pops. 6 boxes that were like 4 rows and like 4 deep.
How much money did you get?
I got over $1,100 for.
Think about how much you would get if you'd sell them all right now.
Well, some
You
of
could probably
them.
buy a new car.
You
Well,
could probably buy that thing that would help the podcast.
oh, the Roadcaster. Well,
You could buy all of us fleshlights.
well,
Asked for one for Christmas, didn't get it.
Well, most of the Scooby Doo ones and those that are behind you, those are worth more. So
Then you
probably
laugh.
could.
Then you laugh.
And then the second time I went, it was like 4 boxes, and I think I got like $700 or $800 that trip.
Damn.
So
There's this place in Hickory called Red Fox.
yeah, been there.
Probably shouldn't have name dropped all of that, but whatever.
Why?
I don't know.
Free service for them.
But anyway, they've got a lot of like old school games and shit. I'd like to go hit it up and get some old N64 games because I haven't played my 64 in forever.
They had 2 Mortal Kombat figures. We went.
Yeah, for the 3 seconds.
Ermac and Reptile, I believe.
For the 3 seconds we got to be in there.
Like the the trilogy, like not the new ones.
The OG.
So, that was cool. Yeah, the ninjas.
Yeah, they got a lot of cool shit in there.
Like I said, I want to take you guys to that place that I traded all them pops in.
Downtown?
They've got a shit ton of old games and
Where's that at?
Huntersville. It's called Video Game World. There's one actually.
What a name.
Names dropping like motherfuckers.
There's actually one in Huntersville and there's one in the Concord Mills Mall. I didn't.
What's
Not
it called
going
again?
there.
Video
Something
Game
World?
World.
Okay, something world.
I didn't go to the Concord Mills Mall one when I was trading all that shit in because I was like, I'm not carrying 6-7 boxes of shit through this fucking mall.
Yeah, you'll get mugged.
And luckily, the Huntersville one has you can park in the back.
Should've brought a wagon.
The back way. I would have had to. Bro. That shit.
Little red wagon or something.
But I also traded in my original Xbox One with it as well because I didn't use it anymore. So
Y'all tried that new Harry Potter game?
he has.
I have.
And
Yep.
I've told him it must be immaculate because one of the dudes I watch on YouTube, I told him, I was like, he streamed it for like fucking 8 hours straight. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
It's pretty attentive to detail and got a lot of stuff that was like in the books, like that you don't think about, like some characters and stuff. I
told
haven't
him-
got very far in it, but
The only reason I didn't buy it was because it ruined
Cost
me.
money.
Well, it ruined me that they took the multiplayer out. Because I was like, I wanted this like a GTA style game in a Harry Potter world that
But
we
I
could
told-
all like fuck shit up.
I
and
told
all that.
him it's maybe could gain like a following like how Red Dead did, and then they made a Red Dead Online. So I mean,
Maybe.
it's something like that maybe. Would be.
But I've heard,
I'm still waiting on Elden Ring to have a more traditional multiplayer.
but I also didn't buy it.
I'm
'cause
going back
you
through
know,
that shit right now. I wish you guys played that.
I'm trying to get through fucking God of War,
finished
Dead Space, and Callisto.
I just finished Callisto Protocol.
Those are 3 brand new games, and I was like, no, I'm gonna play The Last of Us remastered.
Dude, when
So I
did,
just
when
beat
did
that.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla come out? 2020?
2020.
That shit is still fucking $67.
I got that game
That's
for $5.
crazy, dude.
How?
Went to remember that place, man? You went to Charlotte, the Second and Charles. Mm-hmm. They have some newer games there, and they had it for somebody traded in. It was $5. So I got it for $5.
I want the complete edition. It has everything. Guess how much that is?
120?
140.
God,
That's fucking.
What does it come with?
For a 3-year-old game? It's got all of the DLC,
stupid.
the new Ragnarok thing for it, season pass, all that shit.
I think it's
like
outrageous.
In-game shit, which I don't really care about all the little shit. I just want the base game and the DLC shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
that
wanting.
makes sense. Yeah, that's fair.
But it's like to get all of the DLC shit in one thing, you
get
have
all
to
the
get
extra
complete
shit
it.
too.
Or buy the base game and then buy them all separately, which is still going to be expensive as fuck.
That's what I was just telling him before you got here. I was like, I don't even game enough anymore to even buy a season pass for shit anymore. I would like to. I would like to get back in it.
I
but
can't even
I can't.
fathom the ones that are just now dropping for like 120. I'm just like,
The only reason I beat the Last
Not
of Us
doing
remaster
that.
so quickly is because I pretty much knew where to go and what to do. So I was like, okay, cool. So I just played through it. And I was like, cool.
there's a calm to that, isn't there? Yeah,
there
knowing what's
is.
going to happen.
There
yeah.
is. But a lot of it I forgot as I was going through
About
it.
like
I
my
was
brother watches the same 3 fucking shows over and over, even though he knows what's going to happen.
But I was telling him, I was like, yeah, I've seen shit online though, but apparently if you support Hogwarts Legacy or buy the game, you're a fucking homophobe
transphobe.
and all that shit. Just because of what J.K. Rowling said. I was like, she had nothing to do with this fucking game. I was like, you know how many people love Harry Potter? Like, it's a huge Harry Potter thing.
I got a good deal on
Who knows if she even wrote the books?
Anyway, she did.
You seen her physically write them?
She wrote the book.
Alrighty.
Okay. Remember the Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor and all that?
Sure.
I got both of those on the PC for really fucking cheap.
Wow.
And I remember
$2.
those being fun. I don't remember how much it was, but
That's pretty good. I think I got
Those are
Shadow
fun.
of with the first one. What's the second one?
Mordor is the first one, and War is the
War's the
second
second
one.
Oh, yeah, I got the first one.
Both
I
of those are sick.
never even beat the first one. I played through a lot of it, but I never beat it.
What do they call that system? The enemy system, like whatever it's called, where they like you can kill them and they come back, and like Nemesis system or whatever.
I don't know. The only time I played it, I played one of the two on Game Pass, and I didn't get very far. I got into it, but I didn't really get to do a whole lot, and then I've completely forgot everything about it. So I was like, I bought both of them for a package price.
You can fight the captains on there, and they'll they'll develop tactics to beat you next time if you don't beat them. And then even if you kill them, sometimes they'll come back. Like if you cut their head off or something, they'll come back and have like a sewed on head or something. Like it's pretty sweet, and they like remember you and shit.
Like I said, I didn't play it long enough to. Although it was fun, I don't know. It's just one of them things where I was playing through it. And I was like, oh,
Sorry,
something
JK.
else. I was like, oh, something else came out.
Yeah, that's part of the issue. There's so much shit out. Like Zelda's gonna drop in like March or May or some shit. I can't remember.
God damn, I hope it ain't March. There's already so much shit. That's what I was telling him. I said, what pisses me off is like the beginning of this year.
That's what I was telling him.
You got like a fucking jumble of damn games that come
Is
out
that what you
between.
guys were telling each other?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I was
it
talking
is
about
actually.
that HorrorCon.
No. Yeah, I was just telling him earlier. Yeah.
Oh, you were you telling him as well earlier?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was,
completely back and forth.
we was
But
telling each other
I
just
was
to make
like-
sure.
I was like, they come out with like a bundle of games within a 2-month span, and then they go 6 months and don't release anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, could you not like
I damn.
span them out a little bit? And a little bit, but no, because I think last year what was it? Elden Ring, Stray.
Which I still want to play Stray. I haven't got to play Stray.
What the fuck else came out?
I would play that.
There was like 4 games that all came out at one time, like Elden Ring, Stray.
You were talking about early last year?
Yeah, like they all came out in like February or March of last year, like just jumbled the fuck together, and like all came out within the same time.
Dying Light 2?
Yeah, that was the other one. And then this year it's fucking Callisto, Dead Space, Resident
Well,
Evil.
Callisto actually came out in December.
What is Callisto?
Like a Dead Space.
It's like a
sister, or that's the best way to put it.
yeah, except it feels a little different. I mean, it's got like the same.
There's some different stuff, but
I mean, you're not fighting like horrific style creatures like you are in. Well, I don't know. I haven't played that far. I've only seen the humanish creatures.
All I know is that I want to beat Zelda Breath of the Wild or Wild, whichever the fuck, Breath of the Wild,
I still would like to get that game.
before the new one comes out.
yep.
But I only got like a hair into it, and then I let Grant borrow it. Which now he's playing Harry Potter so much, he's like, yeah, I'll send it back with Haley to work, so you can have it back.
Think you're a red box or something?
No, I took the game, and he's gonna send it with Haley because they're dating.
Right.
It's just gonna bring it to work.
He just uses
Quick
you as
question.
just rents games.
Do I need to
I
bleep
guess,
these names?
Fuck it.
Okay. I just thought I would ask.
Nah, that'll be fine.
Okay. We didn't say last name, so they don't-
Nobody
Yeah.
watches anyways
Yeah. Nobody
or
works. here now.
listens.
Just Caroline. Hey, Caroline.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to you. Damn. What was I gonna say? Yeah. What? See, like, what was it next month? Resident Evil. There's like 4
Skull
games
and
all coming
Bones,
out. It
Resident
was in
Evil
a fucking
4.
month, like in March. I was like, God damn it.
That one I want to play.
I do want to play that, and that's something we could all 3 play.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling he was telling me all about this Harry Potter game. I was like, this motherfucker, he's gonna talk me into buying the damn game. I just know it.
It's good. I mean, I think it's worth.
Like I said, these
That.
people streaming it for like 7 hours
know,
and
and, like-
5 hours, and I'm like, God damn, how massive is this fucking game?
Grant's trying to get me to buy it too, but like I'm not into Harry Potter as much as other people
I
are.
love
Yeah.
Harry Potter. Not so much Fantastic Beasts, but I do.
But like
Harry
at the same
Potter.
time, I've just got so many other games to play.
That's my biggest
It
problem.
is.
Yeah.
It's it'll be time consuming.
And like I don't have like I'm going back through Elden Ring because I was playing it on Xbox, doing game share, and the person I was game sharing with got a new Xbox and like set their home Xbox again, and you only get 5 times to do it, so it fucked it up and I lost it. So I'm playing it on my PC again now, so I'm having to start over. So I'm
Yes.
trying to beat that fucking game, which I was.
You can only
at the
do what
fucking,
5 times?
the Xbox.
when
home
you
thing.
when you set your home Xbox on your Xbox. Like if you were to give
Game
me,
share.
yeah,
me and
like I
Joey
could
used to do
sign
it.
in on your account, log in on your account on my Xbox and set my Xbox as your home, and you do that on mine or with your Xbox, and then whatever games we download digitally or buy or whatever, we get them together.
Why can you only do that 5 times?
Because people were doing that, where they were sharing each other's accounts
And
getting
purchases were
games.
coming down and shit.
Yeah.
5
That's the
seems
same thing they're doing with
It still seems
Netflix
kind of
now.
like an odd number.
I thought
like,
Netflix revoked that. I thought they
I
came
don't
out the
know.
other day and they said, "Hey, we fucked up." And they fucking revoked that.
They're gonna want
Hey,
to.
you turn into a goat real quick.
But
I was so close to beating Elden Ring, and then that happened. So now I got to go back and do it all over again.
yeah, because I remember me and you used to do the Xbox.
Yeah, we were doing it for a long time.
Because we did it. We did
Half
it for,
the games on my fucking library are games that you'd had, and I just never deleted them.
Good thing
I
it was a
can't-
short
I can't-
game.
I need to do it with you again because I can't
I
play
meant to
any of
ask
them.
you about that because I was like, what the hell was I looking for the other day? I was like, didn't I have this game? And I was like, no, that's right. It was on Joey's, and we were home, and we weren't sharing. So all the games disappeared when I got this console or whatever.
We need to
I was
fix
like,
that.
fuck. We did it on PlayStation too, didn't we? I think we did because your account is on my PlayStation.
Yeah, I think so. But I've got the S, so like I
Yarg.
don't have a lot on it.
That's fair. I mean, I even had to this one. I even had to get a fucking external hard drive for it.
Are you getting bored over there or something?
Yeah, I just zoned out for a second. I'll be.
The sad part is that we were talking. The 2 games I'm looking forward to are not even massive big studio games. Like the Texas Chainsaw game and the Killer Clown game are the 2 that I'm looking forward to the most out of all of them. I'm like,
Yeah.
because I just love that Friday the 13th game so much, and that's essentially
Yeah.
what Texas
Killer
Chainsaw is
Clown,
going
that
to
one would be fun. I really want to play High on Life, but it's also
yeah.
full fucking price, and I'm broke.
Is that on? Is
I
that
thought
on
it was on
everything?
Game Pass.
I
Is
don't
it?
have Game Pass.
Oh,
Didn't
I don't
you used
ever-
to?
makes sense.
I
used
did
to
for a
have it?
little while, but I stopped doing it because it's like I would play a game and they would take it off, and then I'd fucking lose my progress.
Yeah.
Is it on? Is it on everything?
Every time he starts a game,
I don't
they
think it's
know-
on. I think it's just Xbox and PC.
They always let you get close to beating it before they take it off.
They know if they watch. They're like, this motherfucker.
But I got the Wii now as well, or not the Wii, the Switch. So like I'm wanting to play it too.
The only time I pick up my Switch is like the time I brought it to your house, and sometimes I'll take it to the beach, and that's about it.
That's crazy.
And I bought games for it, but I don't. But most of mine are like multiplayer
Party games.
You had to play with
Yeah.
other people.
Like I want to play Metroid, Zelda.
Yeah, I would like to buy Zelda and play it because it was fun. It was really fun. The little bit I did play of it was really fun.
Have y'all
Metroid.
heard the shit that's happening with Justin Roiland? Did we talk about
Who?
that already?
Why does that sound so familiar?
That's the guy, the creator of
Yeah,
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
High
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Life, Solar Opposites, Koala Man.
yeah. Solar Opposites is
No, what
fucking great
happened?
too.
So he hasn't even gone to, like, I don't even think it's ever been charged, like he's not guilty or anything at the moment, but he has been, what's the word I'm looking for?
Accused,
of domestic violence.
of course.
So
Everybody else.
yeah, so now
And
everyone
against
has
some
dropped
girl?
him. Everyone, Adult Swim, everyone, everything he has ever worked on, they have dropped him.
I hate that.
And I'm like, at least let it get to
Netflix was the
an
same way.
actual
It's the whole
ruling.
Johnny Depp thing over again.
Yeah. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna kick him out, and then it'll come back. They'll go through the court, and then if he did it, then he did it. Whatever.
Right.
But at the same time, like, no one's gonna watch Rick and Morty without him. He was the
Yeah,
voices
that's what I'm
of
saying. I was like,
everyone.
how the hell are you gonna do the voice
Yeah,
without him?
it should be innocent until proven guilty.
But it's not anymore.
Right.
It's just guilty.
I don't think it ever was.
If you have a dick, you're guilty.
That's it.
Some-
And violence is involved.
Yeah.
Somebody said the other day that
I'm
there
guessing
there
it was
was
against
some.
a woman.
I guess.
I don't know what the assault. I didn't see anything about that. I just saw an article where someone's like, "Well, he hasn't even been involved with the show since like season 2 or 3 or something like
He's
that."
the voices.
They were like, "He'll come in and do that," but they said like the writing and everything else, like he didn't even show up for half of the
Are you
stuff.
sure you're not thinking of Dan Harmon?
Maybe it was him
Because
I can't
Dan's the one that got
remember.
in trouble first for that little skit he did
There was
fucking 9-10 years ago.
There
Oh
was
my God,
there's an
dude.
article I saw a couple days ago where they said he wasn't. One of them wasn't even involved in the show since like season 2 or 3.
We'll have to go to the court. We'll have to go to court 10 years after this for stuff we say
I'm
now.
sure we will.
You ever think of that?
If we get into like any kind of like recognizable thing, they're like, yeah, but if you listen to this podcast they did 10 years ago, then they're fucking horrible people.
Whatever. I don't care.
It's the same shit like you said earlier. Like somebody, we probably already have offended somebody, and I guarantee you somebody was like,
I say good.
it's offensive, but then they're going to come back and listen next week
Yeah, I
and
say
get
good.
offended again, so they can bitch about it. So you're like, yeah, what's the point?
Controversy creates chaos, which creates new listeners.
Yeah,
hopefully.
but why do you want to be involved in that shit all the time? I mean, like, what's the point of that? I'm not a
There's not a point.
I'm not a drama seeker person anyway.
Oh, bullshit.
I know.
Holy fuck.
I have too much anxiety for that. for fucking drama. Somehow I found myself wrapped up in it all the time, but it's by some mistake, but it figures.
Yep. Yep. That's what fucking my brother does all the time.
I
Yeah.
was literally listening to the episode, the last one he put out. He's talking about his brother computing when he tells him something. He's like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And he's just,
Yeah, dude.
You talking about the thing? I was thinking too. The thing you're talking about, he does with his hands. Like he'll do something with his hand.
Yeah, okay. Sometimes he'll be playing a game. I hear him in there going,
Yeah, I understand. We've all been there.
like he
Fucking
gets frustrated or something. I
Fucking
don't
rage
know.
quit. I was talking to my manager, one of my managers the other night who games, and he was talking about. He's like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The moments where like you get so pissed off, you're just fuck.
Yeah.
That shit or whatever. I said, yeah. So I
Yeah.
know that feeling all too well.
He comes up to me now all the time. He's like, you want to fight, bud? You want to fight? It's weird because he's as tall as me, if not a little taller now.
my nephew on my side, my brother's kid.
I don't know who you're
he's-
talking about.
Well, we went to,
He was at that party. He's growing.
yeah, he's so fucking tall. He's taller than his dad. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen my brother. I think you have.
I have.
Isn't it
taller than
odd?
him.
Isn't it odd to see a
damn.
teenager?
Yeah, dude,
As tall
he's
as you.
so fucking tall.
Shit.
I'm like, this is bullshit.
Shit's
That's
in the
what I
water.
said.
I looked him dead in the eye. I said, bitch, you better get bigger than me.
Shit's in the water.
But I will. Wait, what? No, I fucked it up. I was like, you might get bigger than me, but you'll never be fucking meaner. And he goes, what? I goes, that's the
what I
shit my dad used to say to me. And he goes, what's wrong with you?
I tell my brother that all the time, try to keep my edge. He's scrolling like a fucking. I call him Beanstalk all the time.
Is this
now.
the birthday party you went to, or is this your?
This was for my wife's sister's kids. One of them. He turned 3.
That's when life's good.
It's a milestone.
You don't have a worry in the fucking world. It's just fuck it.
Except what presents you're gonna get.
Dude, y'all know my Vessi shoes I got? Those gray ones that are waterproof. That I spent like 120 on.
That's the ones you wore last time. You're talking about had dog
Damn.
shit on the bottom of them.
Probably.
That's almost as much as Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
I know, right? But they are fucking. They're the most comfortable shoes I wear. They're still like my feet are always dry. for work shoes. I would probably won't ever buy another pair of shoes. I went to look because I saw something. They had some new designs and colors and shit, and they have the new versions that I was like, oh, those look fucking sick. $180.
Damn.
I was like, wait, those are just expensive. Let me look at the ones that I bought, and no, they increased up to $160.
Damn, inflation hits hard.
I was like, fucking shit. I was like, I'd love to get a new pair because they have these green ones that are really cool. It's like a sage type green.
Mm-hmm.
But it just blows my fucking mind. Yeah, it's a limited edition too. Like I was like, I love those green ones. Those
That
are
is
cool.
pretty cool. I do
But
like
then
those.
they're fucking $160.
Jesus Christ.
God, you know how much porn I could buy with that?
Are those easy to get puke off of? Like diarrhea and shit?
So many
You just
OnlyFans
rinse 'em off.
subscriptions.
Huh? Fuck you.
Not you. I was talking about him. I said so many OnlyFans subscriptions
No.
for $160. But
There's some sick people out there, Joey. Just happens to be all of them.
You're not wrong.
I thought about you, Joey, the other day.
Stop squirming.
Have you guys remember
Ooh.
that Gollum game that came out?
That's already out.
Yeah.
I thought it was coming out still.
No, I've never heard anything about
The
it.
Lord of the
I
Rings
heard about
Gollum
it.
game. It's like you're playing as Gollum and you're like,
I'm so far behind on games. I don't even know what the fuck's
Yeah,
coming out.
I didn't
half
know
the
it was
time.
out.
I didn't think it was either, and then I looked it up the other day and it was out, and I was like, fuck, I wish I would have.
What an obscure release.
I just know of ones that I'm like keeping an eye on, but they'll just slip under a lot of them just slip under the radar. Cause
Is that more stealth based?
with games anymore?
I guess. I don't know. I haven't tried it.
Oh,
Did it just come out?
I mean, look.
No, I never.
there's
even
no
heard-
way it just came out because I've been looking at like what's coming out.
I don't know. The only thing I know what's coming out is movies. I don't know anything about
Maybe
games. That's it. And maybe some Funko Pops, but even that's obscure because
it says you can buy it for. It just says release 2023, but people can buy it unless it's just a pre-order. No, see, you can buy the fucking game,
That's
but
crazy.
it doesn't have a release date. It just says
So
2023.
it's weird.
you said you played Shadow of War.
I played one of the two. I can't remember which one I played, but I didn't play very much into it. But what I did play, I was like, "Oh, this is cool," and then they took it off fucking Game Pass.
There's a couple more campaigns on War, but I only did the first one.
Well, I've got both, so I'm gonna start with Mordor, and I probably won't do all the side shit. I maybe just run the game, then do the second one, run the game, and then go back if I want to do the side quest. Because Mike knows I'm fucking terrible for that. That's what my issue with Skyrim and everything is. I intend on doing everything.
Yeah.
That's why the first Assassin's Creed game took me so
But
fucking
you'll
long.
never get through Elden Ring.
That bitch, I was
You
so
already beat it.
close. I have there's a checklist online, and you can check off every item that you've gotten, every boss you've defeated, every cave you've gone in, and I was like fucking 70%, and I had like a quarter of a way to go, and I was like, I would have cleared it all,
How?
and now I can't because I can't get back on it.
I'm very anal about that too. I won't like progress the main story if I feel like I'm gonna fuck a side
Yeah,
quest
I'm
up.
afraid of missing shit.
Yep.
That's something that happened to me with one of my Elden Ring
yeah.
characters. Is I killed someone by accident, and you can't do his storyline anymore. I was like, God,
This is the worst feeling when you're so far in a game and you realize you missed something and you
Yeah.
look it up
And you can't
this
go
was
back.
only available in chapter 4. You're like, fuck!
yeah, you can't go back and get it. It makes me so mad.
Yep.
But
I
that
do
was
the
why I
same
could
shit.
never get into Assassin's Creeds after the first one because I spent so long on the first one doing everything, 100%. Find it
Getting all
all.
the feathers.
Yeah, I fucking.
I did the same
That's the
thing.
only game.
Fuck all that.
That was like one of the first games I 100% completed, and I was like, I've done it. I've arrived.
I don't know about you if you did this, but I tried to like perfectly assassinate all the main dudes,
Oh, yeah.
like without them.
I don't just fucking
without them
kill 'em.
getting startled or whatever.
Yeah.
Couldn't think of what to say.
But anyway,
Alerted.
so like that's my
Alerted.
issue. So with Elden Ring, it's something. It's like I can't just beat the game. I have to do everything. Skyrim, I have to do everything.
And you have to do 'em
with
in order.
Hogwarts. That's the same shit that'll happen. Is I'll be like, I can't
it's-
play it unless I'm doing.
That's
That's
why I
given them
have
such a
over. That's
massive
why I have over
game.
6 hours of gameplay, and I haven't even left the castle.
I know. See that shit.
Bro, if this tells you anything, I played I played when the God of War Ragnarok came out. I played for like 3 or 4 hours straight. My percentage is 4%.
Yeah. Are you
I
talking
was
about
like,
the new one?
God damn!
The last,
yeah.
the
new one,
yeah,
Ragnarok.
the one before that. I went in with the mindset I'm gonna do all the extra shit. Got my ass stomped by the Valkyrie, and I said I'm just gonna beat the game. I don't need the rest.
My manager at work, I was telling him how I still need to go back and play Ragnarok, and he's like, dude, I did all of the side quests, and I'm so OP now. I guess I went to go fight Hercules again and just whipped his ass like it was no problem, because he was like, I just ended up doing all the damn side quests.
You can tell
I'd love
yourself
to
that,
play
but
it,
I lose
but-
sleep over it a little bit. Like if I
I
play
still-
something like that,
I
I'm
still
like,
need to play
I
this-
should have did everything.
Yeah,
The second Event Horizon, I've got it. It came with this PlayStation. I've played like 20 minutes of it, and that's it. I haven't even
Event
played it.
Horizon.
Is that what I said?
That is.
Horizon Zero Dawn. Sorry.
if I could
Sorry.
become a
Zero
game
Forbidden West.
streamer and literally just play games
That'd be cool. I'd be
and
for
get
it.
paid for it, I would.
That's what I told him. I was like,
That'd be
dude,
dope.
The only time I get burnt out on playing video games is whenever I only have an hour or two to play something,
I
and
get
it's like
that.
I sit down, like I don't even want to do it
Do
because
two
I'm like,
cutscenes.
yeah, then because I'm out of time.
yeah, because I ran through that Last of Us game in like 2 days or a weekend.
I remember that. That was impressive.
That was the first one. I'm talking about the remaster one. I just beat that one again.
You remember Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original one?
Yeah.
I have that on PC now.
So
sick,
fun.
dude.
It was so fun.
I loved that level
Not the
where you
new
could
ones.
be all the
Little Ewoks and shit.
all the lightsaber dudes,
Jedis
like the
and-
desert level or whatever.
Oh,
You could be Jedis in any level, couldn't you? I thought you could be Jedis
be
or
the
Sith or
heroes.
whatever in any.
yeah, you could be
There
the
was
hero.
one level where you could like literally be anybody and like a big death match thing or something. I used to be
I'd
Darth
have to
Maul all the
look at it.
time,
I
do that
don't
crazy
remember.
run, just flying in and just try to.
I wasn't really huge on the new.
The new one sucked.
I bought that. What's that? The Jedi one. The new
Fallen Order?
Fallen Order.
That one's fun.
I bought that one, and I've played a little bit of that one, but now I saw that the sequel is coming out. I was like, God damn it. I was like, I just don't have time for all
yeah.
this.
I don't think I beat that one, but I got really, really far.
I was like, I don't have
Catch
time
up
for
on
any
lore.
of this.
I've got to catch up on lore and and that stuff. I don't know much about it at all, other than that they have lightsabers.
I mean, I like the game. I like that the game kind of goes in a direction. I mean, sadly, I've had the twist ruined for me on the game, so I know what the twist is. But but I'm curious. And then people were pissed that they just delayed the second. I think the second was supposed to come out next month in March too, and I was like,
It's later now. I think.
and I think they delayed it. And people's pissed. And I was like, don't you want them to perfect
Yeah,
the
you want a
game
good game.
instead of them
Yeah.
releasing a fucking broken game?
Yeah, I don't want to play.
I want a game to come out and have everything on it and not
too.
hidden behind paywalls.
that too.
Like, DLC is one thing,
The world,
but it should be
world.
an extension of the main game, not taking main parts of the game and cutting it out and making a DLC.
Yep.
That was the
Yeah.
issue with all games now. I remember fucking
Yeah.
games would come out and whatever's on the disc, you got the fucking game. That was it. It was the
Yep.
whole thing. You have to buy extra shit just to play it.
And it sure as hell wasn't $100 fucking dollars.
No, they
Or
are fucking
120.
outrageous.
It
for
is.
prices.
It is. You have to sell
Yeah,
your
well,
soul
even-
just to have fun.
Even like on the 360 and shit or whatever, but even the deluxe edition for that one would be like $70,
Yeah.
$80
Yeah.
tops. Now it's you paying $80 for
Which is still
the,
outrageous, but we
for
can
the deluxe, and then you're
convince
paying for a
ourselves
collector's
otherwise.
edition. You're paying like 120, 150, and all that shit. And you're like, God damn, what the fuck?
I guess it makes sense though that you want like a physical copy if you're going to pay that.
Well, I can understand paying that much if it's a huge collector's edition. Like you
Dude.
get a bunch of shit in the game. If you get a statue or like a map or some shit like
Right.
that,
That
I can
collector's-
understand.
That Assassin's Creed Collectors is not a physical copy. That is a digital download for the PC.
What the fuck?
140, 130, whatever the fuck I
Wow.
said. And
God.
but you don't get any physical shit with it. It's just the game and all the add-ons to the game.
You don't get a.
I remember,
Viking
you remember
axe or
whenever you
something?
would that Halo, what was it, 3 or 2, when I got the fucking helmet, I paid $70-$80, something like that. Got the game, got the fucking bust head that you can put the game inside
That's
of.
so cool.
Like, why? I don't know.
Turned into my brother there for a second.
It's just irritating.
Well, I think what was
Y'all
it?
played some Trivial Pursuit?
Yeah, he
Yeah, we
brought
did a little bit.
Yeah, it was
Harry
not
Potter edition.
not go well for me. at all. Yeah, because even, what was it? I remember a couple years ago when the second Dishonored game came out. It was like $100, but it came with the game, the deluxe version of the game. You got a fucking like cloth map with it, and you got this badass statue of Corvo's mask and shit. And I was like, dude, that is awesome. And I wanted to buy it, but it was sold out.
You don't
before
get
I could
that
buy
shit
it.
anymore.
Nope.
Now, Cyberpunk came out with a huge collector's edition thing, but it was gone in like no time.
I almost asked him like, why would I pre-order this? Like, I can't remember what game it was for, but I was like, you get nothing extra with it.
That's the thing.
Except you get to play it early.
Now, sometimes
like,
at GameStop, they're like, oh, if you pre-order it here, you get an extra skin. And you're like, okay.
You should say, do you guarantee that?
The reason for pre-orders used to be was to lock down that you got a copy of the game because they didn't have digital downloads back then. You remember that?
Yep.
We would have to go wait till midnight for a GameStop to open up for a midnight release.
That's what I missed.
People would camp out for days. That's crazy.
Well, that was the point of a pre-order, was so you locked in that you're going to get a fucking disc. Because if you didn't, and you went there at the midnight release to get a game without a pre-order, you may not fucking get one.
Yeah.
So now they've turned pre-orders into, go ahead and pay for our game that you're going to play later, and we'll let you play it a day later or earlier.
Yeah, I remember the last massive midnight release I went to was Skyrim.
Yep.
And now I remember me and you went to the Battlefield 4 release because me and you drove all the way to Hickory and shit.
And there was like no one there.
But that was fun. At least they're still doing the releases, and then I went home and I think the game was fucking corrupted. I couldn't play it and had to go get a fucking other copy the next day. I'm pretty sure that was the case. I was like, what the fuck?
Were we at the Skyrim one together, or did we?
I ran into you and Zach at the midnight release one for that one. But even that game, I remember when that game came. That game came with a fucking cloth map and all this shit.
Yeah, and it's still full price to this day.
That's
because they keep re-releasing. They're just like, here's the same game. We just remastered it a little bit. I miss midnight releases. That was so fun to look forward to doing that. I think I did. I remember doing one for the third Assassin's Creed.
I ain't even played that one yet.
I
played 1 and 2. That's it.
3, I've played so fucking much that I don't ever want to play it again. I'm so burnt out on
2
3.
and 3. Is that the same person?
Yes. No. 1 is yes. No.
1 is Altair and 2 is Ezio.
3 is the Apache guy, the Native American guy. Yeah, it was. That's where you're fighting like
the was 4.
No, 4 is
Black Flag.
That one came later. That one's after the Ezio trilogy. Because Ezio comes back in Revolutions or Revelations.
There's so many goddamn Assassin's Creeds now.
They need to stop. They seriously need to fucking chill with the Assassin's Creed.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. 3 is I wanted to play that one, but I never got around to it.
I played it so fucking much. Holy God.
I played 2, and I fucking hated Ezio.
I love Ezio.
I know you liked him, but I liked Altair more.
I did too. He was more embodied. Ezio just felt forced and like...
Well,
he was too. Essentially, he was too teen.
His other games, his other games that you played, like Brotherhood and all that, you learned more about him as you went. That's why I liked.
He was gay. But I really want to play. 4 is Black Flag. And I have that one. I've never played it.
Okay,
the game reviews just for like 10 seconds long. He's just fucking gay.
The thing about Black Flag that pissed me off was I hated how much time you had to spend on the boat with doing the shit battles.
Oh, he's a fucking pirate, Mike.
Yeah, well, I understand that, but I liked the ideas of exploring the world more.
How you gonna play Skull and Bones with us?
It'll probably piss me off. It'll probably end up pissing me off before it's over.
So I bought several of these older Assassin's Creeds.
I'm so goddamn
because they were on sale there was like a bundle. For $10 or something.
I told myself, I was like, hey, I'm not gonna buy any more Assassin's Creed. Bought fucking Odyssey. Bought the what was the other one? Odyssey, Origins, and then I was like, oh, Valhalla's $5. Yeah, fuck it.
Did you tell yourself that right before?
What'd you get it for?
Valhalla?
Yeah,
PS5 is the only thing that they had it there for. Was that one? It's PS5.
You wouldn't mind if I knocked this over, would you?
Are you using your PS5
currently? Yes. I was currently playing something on it when he came.
He was literally playing it when I got here. Yeah. I just thought it was funny because so this is what you do when you tell us you're setting shit up.
Well, I wasn't going to set all this up until everybody was on their way because I was like, I'm not fucking walking over this shit 500 times.
That's just what I pictured. Like every time you text, setting it up now, and then 4 hours later, you sitting over here playing Last of Us.
Or you playing Last of Us?
Yeah, I was playing the Left Behind DLC.
Yeah, he's getting fucked by clickers.
It was.
Don't know
And
what that
water.
is.
You ain't played it.
And water.
Haven't played it. Haven't watched it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
The show is magnificent.
Is that your new thing?
It's always been my thing.
It's so fucking good.
Nothing impresses me anymore.
Like, that, I'm not lying. Like, I haven't seen...
Nothing gives you joy anymore either.
I haven't seen the whole show yet to the conclusion. It's only like episode 5. But that is the best adaptation that I've ever seen of anything.
Can we get the reaction of him when they take a game off of Game Pass? He almost beat.
God damn
I could just see it. What the fuck is this shit?
Break the whole console in half.
beat it yet.
Call him. Could you put that game back on there for 2 hours, please? I was
Son of
almost
a
done.
bitch!
I was literally almost done. You fucks.
I need to get. I don't need to get, but I would like to get a PS5 at some point,
Me too.
Shockingly.
just so I can play that Wolverine game when
That's
it comes
another
out.
one. Shockingly, though, when I was in Target a couple weeks ago, they actually had 2 of them in the store, like behind the glass thing.
How
I was
much?
like, just regular price, $500 retail price.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, wow. I was like, that's kind of shocking. I think it was the God of War edition. Was the one that came with God of War.
Those, I would like to get it for those, and I do enjoy the Spider-Man games that were out.
Yes. Well, the second Spider-Man is going to be exclusive to
Exactly.
PlayStation 5.
Exactly. Yep.
I mean, I know Miles Morales was for all of them.
What is this? Portable
Dick.
PlayStation 5 premium portable console travel case. And it has a fucking monitor in the case.
Also, you can plug it up and take it with you when you go. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You can play like in the car and shit, or
on a plane.
I see a lot of bands on tour do that. They bought one of those, and like when they're playing in the green room, that's what they hook up in the green room
That's
before
crazy.
they play the show or whatever. I was like, God damn, I was like, that's convenient.
Yeah, so I haven't
for
played.
$1,000, and that doesn't include the PS5.
God damn. Holy fuck.
Need to have a bit more income coming in for that.
Did
You're the only one that could have afforded out of us.
No arguments here.
there was something I was gonna ask about a game, but now I can't remember what the fuck it was. Yeah, though I was gonna say I still would really like to play Battlefield with you guys. That's one, and Call of Duty, because I still have Call of Duty.
Yeah, I've got that. You just have to tell me whenever you...
I need to. I don't think I've got it loaded on my Xbox. I don't think I'm taking it out of the shrink wrap.
You just have to tell me when. I mean, I can play that.
I've got that.
And
Battlefield.
since I'm on PC, we still play together. Are you playing on Xbox or PS5?
Xbox.
Yeah.
I bought it for Xbox.
If you were on PlayStation, the only thing that sucks is like you can't join party chat with Xbox and PC.
And we don't have one.
Well, I bought
I've got it on PC. So.
Battlefield and Call of Duty on Xbox just because I knew you had it
good
for
for
It's
you.
your turn.
PC.
You need to go ahead and get them. One of them.
I've got them for the Xbox.
You have Call of Duty,
I think so. Yeah.
the newest one,
What the fuck was the newest one?
Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I bought the
double
last
check.
copy of that shit at Target. That's why I was like, fuck it.
I bought them both whenever I thought we was going to play them.
Well, we can still play them. Just no one's ever said anything about it.
Okay, man.
Yeah, it's still there. I still got it.
Don't get upset.
I'm getting upset.
Why?
Cause
That fucking Hogwarts Legacy game is sold out everywhere. Target don't have it. Walmart don't got it. Best Buy's out of it.
Oh, I want to play. I want to finish Back for Blood with y'all too.
Yeah.
'Cause they added some shit on there.
They apparently added a DLC, and people said the DLC was fucking incredible. They said it was so fun. So I was like, okay.
we can play it. Y'all just have to tell me.
I need to play it again because now I got an Xbox that can run it. Where my last one, all the cutscenes were
You
like,
can really tell the
you know. So now I can actually play it.
lacks.
And you guys be like, "Oh, money." That's what it was. That was like the whole thing. Every time we were playing, money. There's money.
Oh yeah,
Me and
this-
Spencer fighting for the money.
Thing is, now if one person gets it, all of us get it.
that's
That's
yeah, that
gay.
takes the fun.
They
out
changed
of it.
it. So like since we're in a party or thing together, yeah, we all get it. I just remember the first time we played it, we had that big fucking zombie horde at the end, and that dude popped in, and we kept dying constantly. And he was like, "Fuck this!" He just left. He's like, "I'm out."
You mean that big fucker?
Yeah, because Spencer's like, "Let's play it on the fucking hardest difficulty there is." I'm like, no.
what better way to challenge yourself?
Fuck that. Don't you want to have fun?
No.
That's the whole point of it.
No, I don't.
That's okay. That's something I wanted to ask you guys. Like, when you play games, like, what's your go-to difficulty for a game?
like if I'm playing a campaign, I
Yeah.
immediately set it on hard.
Damn.
I was gonna say I set it on whatever's the next under the hardest difficulty. So if it's easy, normal, hard, I'll play on normal first. If it's easy, normal, hard, insane, I'll play on like hard or something like that.
I
Because
just
I'm an experienced
I
gamer.
understand that.
If I start out on hard and the first 5 levels or whatever's comparable to that, if I'm starting to get my ass whooped pretty good, I'm like, okay, maybe I do need to crank it down a little bit. But yeah, I always start on hard. I had a like a family friend. He was friends with my brother, and he would always come over, and she was kind of like a big brother. And he'd play games, and I watched him play a game on the GameCube one time, and he turned it down to easy. And I was like, "Why are you putting it on easy?" He's like, "Because I want to play the game."
Yeah, that's.
And I was like,
That's my argument.
"But it's gonna be pointless." He's like, "I want to feel like a god." And I was like, "Okay, sure," and that's fine. It's just I normal or hard. I don't think I've ever played a game on the hardest difficulty.
Like right out of the gate. I was
Yeah.
trying to think while you were talking. I was trying to think of a time when I did that.
Like there may have been a time when I've thrown it up to the hardest difficulty and tried it, but usually it's hard or normal.
Like I've played sequels before, like some of the Gears of War sequels later on the hardest, just because I knew.
You knew how it was going to be.
Right. I don't
Like
think
Halo.
I ever started.
Like I probably 3 and 4 and Reach and all that when those started coming out. I was probably playing those on Legendary.
I just
What's the hardest like game you've ever played like on the hardest difficulty?
Cuphead fucking kicks my ass.
That is a fucking difficult game.
The
And
28
Jackson fucking sucks at that game, dude. He is awful.
As far as old games or new games?
The 2018 God of War was fucking horrific on.
Yeah.
on-
That one, the Valkyrie, that's what I'm talking about. They whooped my fucking ass.
I think I eventually took
I need
that
to
shit
play it.
down to fucking easy.
I need to play it because I
It's
went back
over.
through and played all the God of Wars for the older ones.
Yeah.
I need to
That
play.
one's a lot of fun, but if you crank it up and try to fight those Valkyries, you better just go ahead and have lube or spit ready.
Resident Evil Village of Shadows difficulty, insane.
That's why. So there,
Literally 2 hits and you're dead.
like, there's people on this Dead Space.
but I
remake
beat it, by God.
That people are running through like the fucking insane mode, and I'm like, I want to enjoy the game. Like, I don't want to get so pissed
Like,
off. I'm throwing it at the fucking TV.
I screamed so much and threw so many things. And I played the last boss on that game and the
The Dead Space. Dead
no,
Space game?
Village of Shadows.
Oh,
And there
Yeah,
was
fuck
there
that.
was a boss.
it's not worth it.
There was a boss close to the end, and the final boss. I swear I played them over 40 times each. Yeah,
Nope.
and once you're that far in, you're obsessed with beating it.
I'm like, nah, I want some enjoyment out of this.
Elden Ring is hard, but it's not hard. You have to
They
prepare.
say give you gear, like
Huh?
they say give you gear and shit.
Yeah,
I kind of like
like,
no
if-
ammo.
Like if I was to start the game knowing nothing like I did the first time and then just following where they say like, oh, go to the castle and blah, blah, blah. You go in there and you fight the first kind of like little boss dude.
Yeah,
If you are not
Dead.
prepared, you're fucking dead.
yeah.
So it's not so much hard as in like you can. I mean, I don't think you can change the difficulty anyway. I think it's just you have to be prepared for it. Because
Yeah.
if you're not, like, there's a section to the right of the map that if you go to too early, you're like a one-shot kill. Like they'll kill you.
God
like we
damn.
did in Fallout 76.
Yeah, like
and
if-
we were like stray too
Well,
far.
see, I just was following a fucking path, and I was like, "Oh, I'll go up here. This looks like a new cool area," and immediately got fucking this big ass like dinosaur dog thing, like fucking just dead. And I was
He's
like,
got a
"What
notebook."
the
He's got- right after he sees it happen, notebook, not cool area.
fuck? Don't go to Caelid."
Is that's the game, right? I have a guy I work with. He was telling me that like you don't even have a marker to tell you where to go. You got
Nope.
nothing.
They
You
got
gotta
health
figure.
bars though, don't they?
You got to figure
Yeah, you got
everything
your health,
else.
you got your
out.
health,
Health
your
bars.
stamina, and your magic stuff. It's not called magic stuff, but whatever. You've got those things.
But you have to figure everything
And you have
else
a mini
yourself.
map that'll pop up like places that you've been and shit like that, and like, oh, here's these caves that you've been to, and like here's your merchants and shit like that. But there is absolutely no guide for quests.
You have to like keep your own like shit. what you've
That's
been
kind of
through.
their idea. Is like you kind of
Do you have like a log of all the shit that you've?
on the computer. I don't do it by hand. I've got like
He's got carpal tunnel.
but like I've got a checklist that I'm checking
Sure.
off everything that I've done, and then like there's little guides that tell you like how to follow certain stories and certain quests. Because these people will give you quest lines, but it doesn't tell you what to do next. And it does. You have to listen and pay attention to what they're saying to do, but it doesn't show you. So, like, I have to go back sometimes and be like, what am I doing next for this guy's quest? Because if I do several people's quests at a time, I'm, like, getting fucked up.
Right.
It is a lot of fun, and there's so much different shit you can do on there.
Like, would you say it's like Skyrim without being able to pause it and look at the quest menu?
Yeah, pretty much. But more so, there's more diversity. You can do so much more in this game that you could on there.
Is it like Skyrim, or is it more like Elder Scrolls Online?
It's probably more
like
like Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's like
I can see that.
It's like a badass Skyrim.
It's like Skyrim mixed with Dark Souls.
Yeah,
it's like rated R Skyrim.
Because you didn't like Elder Scrolls Online.
It's Skyrim without Lydia.
It's not that I didn't like it. It's just one of the things where I got bored with it so quickly. I was like,
yeah, no, this one, like,
Elder
it's like,
Scrolls
it was
Online.
like wash, rinse, repeat. And I'm like,
yeah, no, this one's much different than that.
And
the different weapons, the different magic, and because there's different types of magic. There's faith-based and intelligent-based.
Oh, that's cool.
You have to pick your path with your points, which one you're going to go, and I mean, it's just cool.
That's what worried me about Fallout 76. I was like, this seems really cool, but I'm so scared it's going to be a fucking wash, rinse, repeat style game.
Elder Scrolls Online was a sad attempt at being a mainstream MMO.
I mean, I like
like World of Warcraft, and which is fine if you're going to play it on the PC. If you try to play it on console, it's just shit. Yeah.
Because I remember we played it, and like I said, I enjoyed doing it, but I was like, I got so burnt out so quick.
Yeah. One boss on Village of Shadows on the Resident Evil Village is like this fish monster dude, and he would like cover the whole arena in like acid, like he would like throw up.
You talking about the thing that's underwater that you got to run off the platforms?
Yeah,
to run
but
under
you
the water?
drain the lake or whatever, and he covers it, and you got to run under these fucking houses. And half the time, even though you're under a fucking house, it still hits you. 2 of them, and you're dead. I spent forever on him, and then the last boss is so fucking goddamn fast, and literally takes like an hour
forever to kill.
She literally like won. It probably took me 40 minutes per battle. Like if I would get near killing her.
How many times have you ran through that game?
Just twice, because I did it on the second to hardest, and then I tried it on that for some dumb reason.
Something about I ran through it twice, and the second time I played through it at Mike's house, and after the second.
Mike.
Well, other Mike.
I would say that.
And I was like, after the second time, I was like, I think I'm done with this one. I was like, I ran through it. I was like, I'm good. But have you played the DLC for it?
No, but my brother has. I need to.
I haven't played it, but it's terrifying. Like you go back to where you remember the doll, the big baby.
Yeah.
You go back to that house.
Oh fuck!
As what's his name's daughter, the main character, Ethan, was that his name? You go back as his daughter.
Yeah, Rose.
And Shadow of Rose. That's the name of the DLC. And it's mannequins. And essentially, like when you're
Anakins,
little Anakins.
Crazy.
But it's like
protect the younglings.
But it's like when you run around, you'll hear shit, and you turn around, and all these mannequins are looking at you, and you have to stay looking at them and walk backwards to get them. Because if you turn around, as soon as you turn around, they're fucking all up in you. So you got to stay walking backwards and shit. It was really creepy. People said it was fun, but I haven't got a chance to play it yet.
That's one of the hardest games I can remember playing recently.
I still like
any kind of fighting game on the hardest difficulty is fucking stupid. Especially Mortal Kombat and Shao Kahn.
That fucking time, it was me, Joe, and Kirby did. I think it was Mortal Kombat 9. Went on online just to be like, oh yeah, fuck it, we'll give this a shot. Got our ass whipped as soon as we got in the thing. It's like we didn't even get a lick in. They beat our ass.
I can't play fighting games online against people that's all that they play.
I'm like, God,
like I can't even play them against you guys because Mike has mastered button mashing. Motherfucker couldn't tell me a combo from any fucking game he's ever played.
No,
but he pulls out the hardest fucking shit. And I lose.
Yeah,
the only game I can beat you two at is Super Smash Brothers.
Dude,
the rest of them, you beat my ass at the Power Ranger fucking game.
I have been terrible at Super Smash.
I don't even play
since
that
the fucking beginning.
I know.
That's just from Mortal Kombat and
Tekken and Street Fighter and Injustice.
Injustice, that's what I couldn't think of.
I can play that.
I played the shit
by
out of
myself,
Injustice.
and I will whoop some shit against some computers. But once you two join in, I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
The only character on Mortal Kombat I was ever decent
Rodden?
with was Rodden.
Rodney, he must be a new one. Must be a new character they added.
I liked the Injustice games. They were like a cool, you know.
I loved that. Yeah,
I would love to see a Marvel version of that.
Yes.
I
That
know
would be
they've got
cool.
the Marvel versus Capcom, but it's all cartoony.
I don't like those. I think I played the demo and I was like, eh.
Yeah, it
wasn't.
sucks.
I was like, eh.
The most bullshit thing about Injustice, though, you could literally get some of the most like cheat ass gear and just whoop somebody in like 2 or 3 hits.
Not on the first one.
What they did
though.
online.
On the second one, you could.
Jesus Christ.
But you had to grind. Like you would get like every character had one piece of legendary gear, and you would have to literally grind for.
Oh, I remember
days
the
to
fucking
weeks
Worlds
on a
shit. You had to go.
Yeah. Like
I
you
was
would
trying to
have
do it with
kill-
the turtles, and I was like, "Fuck this."
You'd have to get like you'd have to get like 50. Some of the goals would be like 50 finishers with like this one special move or something
Yeah.
like as just one checklist
There's
or
no
one
way.
check on like a checklist to get this piece of gear.
See, I never really grinded for anything on fighting games. Like the one game.
The worst part about that too is once you finally got that. I played like 3 or 4 matches. I was like,
Cool.
Now what? Yeah, like I don't have nothing to
Cool.
work toward.
That's the only game that I've ever grinded like hard is Destiny. I grinded.
I fucking miss
I grinded the
Destiny.
fuck out of that game.
Yeah, I
Destiny
never did.
1 was so fucking good.
And I don't care
Never
what
did
people
play that
said.
one,
People
no.
was like, "Oh, it's boring," and I'm like, "Dude, I don't know what game y'all were playing." But that game, the first one, is so special to me because the amount of hours that was
We
put
put
into it,
thousands of
and
hours
all the
into that.
memories I have of the like playing with you and everybody else, and I'm like, that game is so special to me. But that's the only game like I kept up on all the fucking updates. I'd watch like all of the shit coming
Is
out
it
for the
still
DLC.
open? Is the server still open for that?
I
Can
think
you
so,
still
yeah.
play it? We need to get back on.
So I
that
went back and
sometime.
tried to run that one raid.
So that's one you didn't get to do very much. Was do raiding.
I didn't get to do the
Vault of Glass.
Vault of Glass and the other one. I got to do the Crota one. That's the only one I got to do.
I know. I'm just thinking now. Left 4 Dead could not play that on the hardest difficulty.
Fuck
At
that.
all. Not
There's
even
no way.
even
I'm not
with
paying
a
back
full
for blood on that fucking
even,
hardest
even with a
difficulty.
fully functional team, that game is such about teamwork, and you get overrun. And if you're getting hit 3 times and you're on the ground,
I mean,
you're
want
done.
you want a full challenge of a game? Yeah, that's it. But Left 4 Dead on hard.
even that, I'm going to the next one under that. Like that's too much.
Fuck that. I'm going on easy.
Or like fucking World War Z. Jesus Christ, dude.
I want to enjoy. Like I said before, I want to enjoy the
Nah,
fucking
they're not
game.
about enjoying.
Are you? I meant to ask you when you played Dead Space, like the original Dead Space. Did you collect all like the trophy shit you can find,
Like the
like throughout, like the first one?
recordings and shit.
Yeah, like there's.
Yeah, I'm a collector by nature. I do everything else but the main thing. If I know I have to go through this
That's what I
door,
do.
I go through the. If I know I go through this door as a main mission, I go through the side door first.
I do that
Yeah.
occasionally.
You
not
don't
all
remember
the time.
watching him play Poppy?
That's true.
That's
yeah.
well. That's the thing.
Remember
about,
how long I spent in the first fucking room?
Well, that's the thing about when we do the horror games. We've got to run through them because it's like all about.
You don't tell me how to play, okay?
It's,
Well,
like,
then you won't play.
it's all about like just
Just
trying
nobody
to
wants to watch you
get to
checking
the-
every little box. Maybe this box does something.
That
Maybe
would
this
be
box does something.
that would be
How many?
So
did
much
anybody
cutting.
watch that?
We haven't. I haven't got the.
That'd be funny
shit
if there was
from
still
them yet.
0 views on that. That'd be funny.
Like this motherfucker looked through a drawer for 35 fucking years.
Yeah. Yeah, and I will. Yeah, but that's how I do it. Like I look for shit.
I was just gonna say because someone said
Because I
on the-
want the story too, like the audio shit, like
well,
you
see,
piece together stuff.
something like The Last of Us that benefits from 'cause you piece together
Yeah.
people's stories from notes and shit like
Yeah.
that. You find out throughout the game. But like I was gonna tell you,
Oh. Yeah, well, see, that's where I'm different. I want all the shit, but I don't fucking read the little notes or listen to the audio
not
clips.
in my opinion, not all of them are valid. Like some of them you're like, yeah, okay.
but
if
I don't
I
even
miss-
try. I just pick it up so I can say
Cool.
I've done everything.
If I miss one thing and I have the ability to restart from that point, I will do it.
Like we've had the Friday the 13th game for like what 6 years now, 5 years, and I've still never found a single Pamela tape in that
Really?
entire game. No,
I
never
found, like-
fucking found one.
I found like 4 or 5 of them.
The only lucky thing that I got out of that
Like,
was
I
that
missed that game.
was that
back
Savini
open.
skin that me and you got.
It's back open.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
We
been
should play.
open.
We should play.
I love that
Well,
game.
we'll add that to the other list of hundreds of games we need to play.
But see,
again.
that's what excites me is that game is
Oh,
the
that's what
Texas
excites
is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah,
just
well, we can fucking play any of them. We gotta discuss
Coordinate?
it. Yeah,
coordinate a fucking time.
like
I feel like we should block, obviously, like a couple hours or whatever, but we should have a couple games. That way we can at least get into a couple of them.
Sometimes, you just get so caught up doing
like maybe
one.
an hour and a half on this game and then one other game.
Probably the biggest issue is like,
do we have it downloaded?
that and Mike works at night,
right?
And the only time you and I can play is at night.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So it has to be on like weekends that we're both off, and then even still, it's like Fridays really, because this is you're
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's what I'm on.
Right. Are you off tomorrow?
No.
So this is gonna fuck you up.
I start my living hell tomorrow. So.
What is your living hell? I thought you were already in a living hell.
I am, but it's about to get worse.
You were in the 8th circle. You're going to the 9th.
We were told.
It's probably on the 12th circle now.
Yeah,
we were told Wednesday.
Why are you sitting like that?
It's comfortable. My back hurts all the time.
You shut the fuck up and let him get through.
So we were told Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So this coming week is inventory. Mm-hmm. Inventory is already fucking terrible because we're the only company that, besides I know of a Food Lion, that don't stop trucks for inventory. They're like, nah, fuck it, keep it coming in. So,
which is retarded.
So this week's inventory, we got we usually don't have a truck on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Not anymore. We were told we have a truck every single day this week. We have nobody on Sunday, which is tomorrow. Two of my good people,
except for you,
that we're gonna have is out for the Super Bowl. So
wow.
They're out. So it's literally me.
How's that approved?
And two other guys that I work with that are actually pretty good, but it's three of us. And my boss is like, yeah, they want this entire back room cleaned out for inventory. They want the truck done. They want like the helmet done, the day paint, the fucking nails, the metal. They want all this shit done. I'm like, not gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
And then
screw you.
One of the bigger managers was like, oh, well, he was talking to me Wednesday. He's trying to get me to come in and work tonight. I was like, no. And I was like, I've already got plans for tonight. He's like, well, what time do they start? I'm like, in the fucking evening. And I was like, I don't give a shit when they're going to start. I'm still not coming in.
He asked you what time your plans start?
Yeah. And then the girl that I work with, she's one of the people that's going to be out for the Super Bowl. She's like, well, what time's your plans on Sunday? She's like, the Super Bowl starts in the fucking evening. And, we've got, like, we're doing shit. And he was like, well, if you guys want, you can work extra days. And we're like, no, we're good. And
why would anybody want that?
I understand that people love football in the Super Bowl. I have never understood how that is an approved get out of work.
It's not approved.
The only time I would try to get out of work is if it was my team playing in it.
Well,
but
I get that.
I mean, I understand that to an extent, but like, are these teams like their teams, or they just want to watch the Super Bowl?
Yeah, the two people that are out, they love. What's the Kansas City Chiefs? Is that who's playing?
Either way, it's
That's
a fucking sports game, and I just don't think that's an excuse.
This is what pisses me off. The one guy I really like who's going to be out. The poor dude he didn't use any of his vacation last year. He's never sick. He's there every fucking day. So he asked for one day. They didn't even look at his day. Yeah. They just ignored it, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna be here." I was like, "Well, dude, you deserve it. You haven't missed a single fucking day since you've been here." And then the girl I work with, she put hers in. They approved it. That fucking shitty bitch of an HR lady we got came back. She fucking denied it, like took it back and retracted it, pulled it out.
That's crazy.
And she like told one of my main, not my managers, but one of the managers over them that it was already approved. So he went and approved it again for her. But then they were telling us, he's like, oh, well, if you guys don't want to work any extra days, why don't you guys just stay till like 10, 11, 12 o'clock on the nights you're working? And I'm like, dude, if I got to come back in at 7 o'clock the next following day, I would go home and get an hour, 2 hours sleep tops and come right back. I was like, I'm not doing that shit. So
you can't do that.
So they want that done this whole week. And then next week, they were like, you're going to have a truck every single day again. And then 2 of those nights, you're going to have 2 trucks. And
Why?
I'm like, dude, this is no lie. There is so much freight, like in top stock, like seasonal, the department I work. You cannot put anything. I've got shit stacked to the fucking rafters. You cannot find room.
You just need to get out of there
for anything.
What is the point of having a truck every day?
They claim, well, my boss tells me they claim that the more that, but they try to fill the fucking store with freight before inventory, because that way when they're like, oh, we had $1 million in losses, but the store's filled, so we're okay. And I was like, what kind of fucking sense does that make? That makes no fucking sense. Dude, and I found out how much of a fucking bonus my damn store manager gets, and I'm like, she got this. Well, we got a new one now. The old one quit last year, but dude, he made fucking for one of the winning together bonuses we had. He got a $30,000 bonus for that, and I'm like, we only got like 650, and they taxed the fuck out of it now.
I didn't even get a bonus,
so we don't even get that.
I think I got one last year for somehow after working there a month. Didn't get one this year.
They used to put them to where
movie idea, Freight Night about a vampire train. Sorry, go ahead.
They used to make it to where they would tax it to where they'd be like, all right, you're going to get right at the 650. They're like, no, fuck that. They just tax the shit out of it. So I'm lucky to get like 200 of it now. But and then apparently if inventory goes well, my boss was telling me the other night that they get the damn store manager gets $100,000 bonus if inventory goes correctly. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like,
Are you serious?
yeah. And I was like, this place.
These fuckers got degrees.
I was like, fuck no. Yeah. Half of my ASMs that I work with don't deserve anything. They don't deserve shit. They're the most fucked up, lazy damn people I've ever worked with in my life. And so I got to deal with that. And I'm just, and on top of it, we got nobody. I've got 5 people, including myself, that are good workers. And then I'm stuck with creepy Mr. Rogers, depression, fucking all these motherfuckers, and fucking Snowflake, the one I was telling you about last week, and
why don't you just
all that
leave?
shit?
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
I've been saying that.
No, well, I'm being serious now. One of my bosses is retiring, I think, in March, and based on all the bullshit he's had to deal with, my boss that I work with, he's one of the most positive people I know. He finds the positive in everything. But the fact that even Wednesday, he was stressing out and pissed off, and he's like, this is going to be bad. You know it's going to be bad. I'm like, that's pretty bad. So his decision, he's been thinking about retiring, but he's like, I'm pretty sure it's set in stone that I'm getting the fuck out of here. He's been there for 21 years, and he's like, it's never been like this. And he was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Then they're trying to fucking ramrod my other manager. So I think he's literally about to be like, fuck this. And I'm pretty sure it's because he's of color. That's why they're trying to get rid of him. Because the same thing happened to another manager I have that was of color. So
what color?
He's from the first one I had was black, and he's from the Dominican Republic. But if you ask anybody there, they're like, oh, he's Mexican. I'm like, no, he's not, but okay. I'm like, okay.
I just think you need to. I know that the hospital is hiring for dietary and housekeeping.
I looked Thursday night for 2 hours for jobs. This is fucking sad. I can get a full-time dog walking position in fucking Charlotte for $3 or $4 more than what I'm making now.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah, but the price of living in Charlotte's going to be...
I wouldn't live there. I would just drive there.
You're going to drive to Charlotte every day?
If it got me out of there, I would. I'm like, fuck that.
I'm calling BS.
Yeah, I think you'd do that once or twice and then realize how fucked up your car is going to be. After
well, I couldn't do it
every
in
day.
that car. I'd have to fucking get another car. There's no way I could do it in that car. That car would drink the gas in one trip.
I mean, you don't have to stick with like store retail
I don't
or
want
anything
to.
like that.
My plan is to see what he's going to do in March, and if he's
Don't see what.
But
he's
you
gonna
need to
do.
think about it now.
oh no, I
Like,
am.
Do what
I
you,
mean, not think
do
about
what
it.
you need to do,
Because
not what he needs.
I know, but my point was if he leaves and then my other manager leaves, we got lucky to have 2 good managers as it was. I was like, I'm not staying for dickhead number 1 and fuckhole number 2 to come in to take over and do that shit. I was like, I'm not risking it. I was like, I'm already stressed out enough here as it is. I'm not risking it to have, two more dipshits come in and take over. I was like, so I've already told him. I said I'm leaving. I've told him that too. I was like, dude, when you leave, I said if you are for sure leaving, I'm fucking out of here. I was like, I'm not.
But
I'm not
even
dealing
if
with
you
it.
were to stay, don't you think you should leave anyways? Like, why not
Even
see what
with
else
him
is out
there,
there?
you're still miserable.
I know.
How can it get any worse? Like, where could you go that would be
you
worse?
other
than like maybe plumbing or something like that.
I thought you were talking about how could it get any worse there. I was like, motherfucker, you try. It's trying. I don't know.
I get it, dude. It's hard to leave somewhere that you're comfortable with, that even if it sucks, you just like know what's going to happen.
Well, one of the only reasons I'm also staying there too is like this is the only job I've had that's ever paid me this much. So I'm like trying to like find something where I
Dude,
could at
there's
least...
so many places offering starting out pay at $17, $18.
That's what I'm saying. Now it's like at the point it's like, well, fucking hell, I'm literally killing myself for this.
All that
Yep.
comes with a cost, though.
And I'm like, this is... And then
I'm mentally exhausted every fucking
well,
day.
this is another thing that pisses me off. That fucking dude I was telling you about in the last podcast, the one that
That was like a year ago. Can you refresh my memory?
the dude I told you who works down in lumber, the fucking dude who's like drugged out and won't pick up any of his shit, won't fucking do anything.
The one whose family members are always in the hospital?
Yes, that one. He was supposed to get fired last night. And they were like, oh, this is going to be his last day. Because he kept fucking up. He left early Tuesday night, pissed my manager off, pissed him off. He fucking left early. And then upper management found out. And they're like, yeah, don't worry. Thursday or Friday is going to be his last night. Texted my friend Thursday, who's there. And he's like, yeah, I talked to our manager about an hour ago. He said, tonight's his last night. Fucking Friday rolls around. Motherfucker comes in anyway. And I was like, so they didn't fire him? And he's like, no. And I was like, that's what pisses me off the most there more than anything else. The fact that I can kill myself there, along with me and my other 5 people can kill ourselves there. But we would get in trouble or fired. But that motherfucker and 2 or 3 other ones, they can do whatever the fuck they want in there.
Why don't you challenge them and do it?
And get away with it. They can get away with... I've made the joke before that they could kill somebody in front of upper management and they'd look at us like, why don't you stop them? And I'm like, that's exactly how the fuck it would go.
That would be funny
it would
to
fall
see.
on us. And... like my boss
You're right, sir. Sorry, sir.
My boss has got to the point, that dude that shows up now, Snowflake, wait, that's his nickname, we just call him Snowflake. He's got to the point, he's like the walking version of a migraine. I can't even stand him when as soon as he's one of those guys, and Joey and Spence, I know you have had plenty of these people. You might even work with some of these people now. He's one of those people where he argues with everything that you say. Like if you make a point about something, he would argue that the fucking sky wasn't blue.
Oh, I fucking hate that shit.
He's with,
I know it all.
Yeah. He thinks he fucking knows everything, and fucking he was talking in the break room the other night about how his like 17-year-old no, that was it. I'll start off with this real fast. He come up to me, this is the guy I was telling you about, apparently he lives with his brother in a fucking shed. But he comes up to me, I was running electrical one night. I think it was Monday night. He's like, hey, do you know any places to live? And I'm like, no. And then he was like, nothing, you don't know anything for rent? And I'm like, no. And in my head, I was like, you couldn't have fucking afford it anyway because you're never here. And he was like, yeah, well.
Why don't you tell him that next time?
It's getting close. And he was like, he's like, well, I got to be out where I'm at now at the end of the month. And I'm about to be like, why?
Spencer says I should
I'm like,
tell you
why
this.
did you piss your brother off that you had to fucking leave? And then he's like, yeah, and if I leave, I'm going to lose my kid, and my kid's everything to me, and DSS is going to take my kid away and all that shit, and it's not going to end well for me if I take my kid away. And I was like,
they never do anything.
Honestly, there's a part of me, and I know this makes me sound like a bad person, I don't care.
No,
I don't care.
That doesn't make you a bad person. Fuck them.
No,
Everybody
cares about their shit.
If you showed up to work and put in a fucking effort, and I knew you were struggling still, then I would have more empathy for you. You don't show up to work. You leave early every night. He's asked almost everybody for money, but he changes his fucking story. He came up to one guy and was like, hey, I'm $40 short for groceries this month. The same fucking night, he went to another guy, my manager, and was like, hey, I'm $40 short on my electrical bill this month. And it's like, well, come the fuck to work. It's as simple as that. Just come to work.
Yeah, dude.
But he asked me that shit, and then fucking the other night, he's in there telling a story about his 17-year-old daughter's like the fucking CEO of some damn shit in Myrtle Beach, where she's like, and she's like, oh, she started working there when she was 14, and we were all like, 14? We're like, can you even work when you're 14?
You have to have a thing.
But he was on and on about that shit, and then how she's like over that shit, and fucking the dude I love, who I think's hilarious, comes out and he's like, well, goddamn, I'm glad somebody knows how to work in that fucking family, because it sure as ain't him. But he come out. He said, what the hell did he say to me the other day? Oh, dude, I fucking lost it. We were unloading the truck, and he don't show up till 9 o'clock. He fucking... This dude, he's supposed to come in at 9 o'clock. Fucker will come in at 9:30, 10 o'clock, whenever. He comes in whenever the fuck he wants to. We were unloading the truck. Fucker comes in, and I wish I could say his name on here, but I can't.
If all jobs work like that.
We'll ask you when it's over.
He looked at me, not the guy I like at work. He looked at me, and he's like, I think to myself, when I look at that guy, I'm like, God damn, really? That's the sperm that won out of all that? And he goes, that motherfucker should have been swallowed.
I don't even think he's worthy of that.
and then what was it? He said something else, too, that was fucking hilarious, too. Oh, he said, too, we were leaving one day. We all had to leave at 5 one day. Because that's another thing. They want us to come in, but they're cutting our hours. But so we had to leave at 5 one day. He told my boss, he's like, I gotta leave at 5 too. It's on my schedule. And it's like, well, motherfucker, you left 7 hours early yesterday. Don't you want to stay and make up some hours? Oh, I gotta leave at 5. My wife's got to be in an appointment at like 4:30. And we're like,
married?
Yeah, supposedly. We all think that I'll tell you that in a second. But he leaves when we do. Left a pallet of shit, didn't pick up any of his top stock. And that guy was working. He's like, I'm starting to wonder if it'd be a community service if somebody just mow that son of a bitch down.
Jesus
He's
Christ.
fucking. I love this dude. He cracks me up so much. But we all have this own. We started taking bets when we work now. Like when he shows up, we're like, all right, we'll bet like $1 or $2. Like what time you think he's leaving? Somebody's like 12:30.
It's a work pool.
12:30, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And what's sad is my boss has got so frustrated. When we first started doing this, he's like, yeah, I can't be part of that because I'm.
And then now he does.
He's like, I can't be part of it because it's not professional. We're like, no, come on, it's off the record. Now he's like, 12:30.
That's
It's like
crazy.
12:30. But we've all got this running joke too that like his brother's like cucking him and fucking his actual wife and shit, and like that he's got to stay out in the shed so he can fuck his wife and all that. Like we have this whole ongoing joke about it, but. I know it makes me sound, like I said before, it just makes me sound like a terrible person, but I'm like, fuck this guy. I'm like, what gave him the privilege to be able to get away with whatever the fuck he wants to? Like,
It's
shit just
because he
irritates me.
figured out he could, I guess.
Well, dude, somebody's watching out for his ass, because like, when he's blowing somebody there. I don't know who the fuck it is, but he must be blowing him real fucking good or some shit. But like, that night he left early. My boss come to me and tell me the other night, he's like, yeah, somebody put 2 hours of holiday pay on his check.
That's crazy.
And I was like, for what? I was like, what did he get that shit for? And he goes, fuck if I know. He goes, it's on there.
holiday pay.
And then the days that he leaves early, or the day, if you stay past midnight, it won't count against you. But the days he calls out, instead of putting in sick time where it counts against him, somebody goes in and just takes him off the schedule. So like days won't add up. You can have 7 total absences in the year.
Mm-hmm.
But like somebody is going in there and literally taking him off the schedule where the shit don't count against him. And we're like, who the fuck is looking out for this guy? Like seriously, I don't know who the hell's looking out for him.
It's like, why would you want to stay somewhere that allows that kind of shit? Because it's just fucking you over more and making you get hurt worse.
Well, that was what
because you have to cover.
That's what
what Snowflake.
Yeah, Snowflake.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Well, that's what the what's her name asked one of my, not my boss, but one of the big bosses, the guy who's trying to get us to come in and stay like 10, 11, 12 o'clock. She's like, here's an idea. She goes, why don't you have the people that don't work come in and do some shit? And he's like, oh, well, you guys know what you're doing. You know how to stock shit, right? And he's like, yeah, but don't abuse the fucking people that
That's where it
do
is
the,
everywhere,
you know,
though. It's always your good employees that get punished for doing their job.
pisses me off. I'm like,
And then the people that suck ass get to leave all the time. I've got 2 of them that I work with now they haven't worked a full
Useless?
fucking week.
exactly. Snowflake's the same way.
In months. Like, I mean,
He hadn't worked a full week since he's been there. He's been there for
They
almost
either-
6 months and hadn't worked a single thing.
they either call out or leave early, or they'll find someone else to split their shift with them so they don't have to work the whole shift. And then they bitch about not having money. Like, it's on your own.
Exactly.
You did this.
Well, they hired him to be put down. I'm sorry, I don't mean to go on such a long fucking tangent.
Be
about
put
it.
You
down.
can cut it down later.
But he fucking he went on. He got hired originally to go down in lumber because they keep fucking everybody out of lumber. But he wouldn't do anything. He sucked ass at his job. He claims that he came from Home Depot and he's done lumber for like 6 years. He's full of fucking shit.
I wonder if he's more passionate about this or movies.
And
His hatred for his job and coworkers.
and he was like, what the fuck was it?
I don't know. What was it?
Oh, so well, eventually he got tired. They got tired of his bullshit because he wouldn't show up. So they hired another guy. Fucking awesome. Dude showed up, killed it. He was out. The dude was out last week for like 3 days because he had some severe, like, he got, what was it? Food poisoning. He got really bad food poisoning. Come back Sunday. They're like, oh, they fired him. I was like, what?
What?
He's like, yeah, apparently he had 3 no-call, no-shows. And I was like, but the management knew that he was out because he told us that he was out. He's like, dude, I don't know. He's like,
the rules.
He goes, I really don't know. I was like, so you fire his ass, but you keep his ass. I'm like, help me understand
You
this.
pretty much always have a skeleton crew.
I'm like, Well, yeah, like I said, total. That was another bullshit thing. Our store manager's like, yeah, y'all should be getting the trucks done and shit because y'all have 10 full-time people. It's like, we have 10 full-time people, but we're all not here on the same days. We got to share the load with fucking Mr. Rogers and Snowflake and Depression and all that shit.
Here's what we need to do. We need to all just get involved in real estate so we can have passive income on the side, and we can just sit and do this all day.
If I could afford to do it, I would. If I didn't know anything, I'd quit.
That's why. Maybe get into some of that because I don't want to do this forever, at least not 5 days a week.
I don't want to do anything. I'm sick of everything.
That's a fair point, yeah.
Anyway, what I was going to say real fast was that, so I was talking about having 10 people or whatever. They've told us now that we're maxed on people. And we're like, didn't we have like 19, 20 people like a year and a half ago? And they're like, yeah, but now it's from corporate. Y'all are maxed. And I'm like, I don't know if I believe that shit, but it's whatever. It's another one of their stupid things. But there was one day Snowflake had to leave at like 4. Yeah, he left at 4. This was like the 7th or 8th time in a row he's left at 4. He either leaves at 12, 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or somewhere in between. But he fucking, the dude I was saying about makes jokes all the time. He was over working paint, and I saw my boss let him out. I asked him, I said, what the fuck is his excuse? And I said, he claims his wife has some kind of appointment at like 4:30 in the morning or some shit. He's like, 4:30 in the morning. So I went over to, I was walking back towards, I was working electrical that night, and I walked back over towards paint because electrical was right beside of it. And he said something. He's like, what happened to Snowflake? I said, apparently he went home. His wife has some kind of appointment at 4:30. He goes, what? He's like, did that, we always make that joke about him cucking his brother and all that shit. He was like, what the fuck? He's like, did his brother stick a baseball bat in her pussy or some shit? And he got to go to the ER to help him get it out or some shit. And fucking, he's like, she just walking around, cling, 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 cling.
What?
And I said, dude, it would. I said, bro, it wouldn't fucking surprise me with him. You name it, whatever. This dude has got like the most amount of excuses. Like, and they're not even good excuses. Someone was like, I need a fucking handbook for that damn dude. Like, what all he's fucking said. And I was like, yeah, but I don't think this would fly anywhere else. That's like me going to Joey's job and being like, hey, yo, yeah, my
I gotta go spit and do something with my son at
1:30 in the morning.
How old's your son?
5?
Not important.
4? Yeah.
8 months.
I think he was like, what's he gonna do? Fuck him?
They would not care at where he's at. They don't care about nothing. They just want you to be there.
But yeah, it doesn't matter. It's only the ones that actually show up and do their job that get in trouble.
Hey, if you need a charger,
you could
I
get
already
an
got
arm
you.
cut off, and you would have to use
up.
the other arm to clean somebody up.
But yeah, sorry, didn't mean to go on that fucking.
Oh, it's okay.
It started
of
with what I was getting fucked with, and then it ended with that fucking guy. So
it's my bad. I asked him what was happening at work. I opened up that fucking can of worms.
It's his fault.
No, it's okay. It's just a mix. So I'm sure
This is a place of healing. Okay.
They've got him scheduled Sunday to help us come in because we're gonna get fucked for inventory. And
they've got him scheduled.
And
okay,
I looked at him. I was like, I looked at my boss like, you really think that motherfucker's gonna show up? My boss is like, no,
he's on the schedule.
You don't give a fuck
about like bench warmers. He's got documentation.
Like that's good enough. I feel like that was when they hired him.
Yeah.
You worked at Home Depot for 6 years?
12.
That's good.
I'm 12.
He's got good documentation. He's good.
Yeah.
He's 12. Let's go.
Whispers. Fuck, we need some help. All right, we'll take them.
That's what I'm saying. There's no warm body. Like, I understand they're high. I think they made up that excuse that what was it that we've maxed out on people. One, because they can't hire anybody for us.
If they hired somebody that looked exactly like you, would you quit?
Yes. And I just give them my clock in info. And two,
that would be awesome.
And two, I think it's because they got tired of hiring people and realized that people showed up for like a day and they're like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
You think there's any twins that do that?
Like a doppelganger?
Like one of them
goes twins?
Like they work on and off each day.
That would be awesome.
That'd be crazy.
That would be awesome to do that.
I'm sure they would fight over like the money though. Like
I had to legit change my password the other day. You guys want to make any guesses of what I had to change it to?
Dude, that's fucking. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say I had to change. I had literally before it was, "Oh God, please help me." 911 was my clock in password. and I've used it. I don't know how many times, and I can't use it anymore. So
Like to get in there?
no, it's like when I got to punch in and leave for lunch and clock in and out and all that stuff. So that's what it was before, and now
You're reminded of that every time.
and I thought I couldn't think of anything else, and I thought about you.
Fake laugh hiding reflection.
And I just put in, I hate it here, 911. That's my new password. I fucking hate it here, 911.
Great.
And what was funny is I couldn't get into my thing because I forgot what my damn password was at lunch, and I did my thing too many times, and it was like, yeah, you're gonna have to call IT and have them get back in here. And I was like, fuck.
I hate that shit.
So I called IT, and I was like, he's like, yeah, what's your sales number? I gave him a sales number, and he was like, and like, you just changed your password? I was like, yeah, I tried it, and I was like, I thought I knew what it was, and I kept screwing it up at lunch. He goes, do you remember what it was? I was like, no. I was like, no, I don't. I don't remember any part of it.
What is this?
I was like, no, I don't remember it. You're good. I was like, I don't remember any part of it whatsoever.
Did he read it out to you?
No, because he's like, we can't. He's like, no. He's like, well, I'm just asking because he's like, we can't see passwords on our end. I was like, thank God.
That would be fucking
I was like,
great.
I would be fired already. This one guy I work
What
with.
if it was something like straight cucking 511 or something like
One
that?
guy, he changed his password. He couldn't think of anything. He changed it to Plankton's cum bucket.
It's like that episode of South Park whenever he gets to like home security and then they call him and he's like, "What's your password?" He's like, "You love boobs." I like boobs. No, you love boobs. Oh, that's clever.
I don't know why it reminded me of the people that fucking had their shirt cut out. Just
Is it inconvenient for you?
Holy shit. But all right, guys, what you guys been? Again, apologize for that shit. That was a fucking rant. So
That's less we had to do.
True.
what you guys been? You guys been watching, listening, doing anything as of lately? Last couple weeks or playing with each other?
What?
Okay. I see what you did there.
Didn't fly. Spencer, go ahead.
That's it.
Playing with yourself.
What you
Okay.
said.
Anyway, you know, watched anything? Played anything?
I don't have time to watch
I've
anything.
rewatched Vikings.
But you have time to get through an entire video game. But anyway,
Okay, I can either choose that or a show, and I chose that. Fucking sue me. Just you, nobody else.
but that's more hour. It's all right.
It's not.
It is.
I have been rewatching Vikings and Simpsons.
I never got into The Simpsons.
Dude, I gotta tell you, you take one of them gummies and watch that shit, and it is the funniest fucking thing. Oh my god, I was like dying laughing in bed, trying not to wake up my wife, and it was like shaking the whole bed. I was laughing so fucking hard.
That's fucking
Some of that shit is so fucking good
That's
when you're
fucking great.
a little bit like that. And then I've been trying to play Elden Ring some, a little bit of Call of Duty here and there. I actually bought my first, and people are gonna fucking drill me because I don't know if it's manga or manga. But I
It's
bought
either one to me. I don't care. Either one.
I think it's manga. But I bought Berserk, the first book of Berserk, and I don't know if y'all know what that is.
It sounds familiar.
There's a couple I don't know if there's a full on series or if it's just movies. But it's anime and all that. I've been trying to read through that a little bit, but it's fucking confusing because it's backwards. Like if you have a book, you start from the back, and instead of reading left to right, it's like right to left. And
That's weird.
Yeah, it throws me off. So I keep catching myself like trying to read it wrong. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Oh wait.
It's like what?
But other than that, I haven't really been nothing new. I haven't really been listening to anything either. I listened to the new Plot that you tagged me in.
Yes, that song was so fucking
I
good.
listened to some of Bayside's got I think a couple
I saw
songs on their Blue EP.
Put something. Did they put something out recently? Like
They
new?
put something out with someone else, or was that Silverstein I'm thinking of? Bayside has new stuff, but it's only a couple little things, and it's their Blue EP or some shit.
I can't remember. I know they did a single.
Yeah, the Blue EP. And it's got
Didn't know that was
2
out.
songs on it right now, but I think they're gonna release more for it. And they're pretty good. What was that one fucking song that came out? I don't know if it had Silverstein or it was something new.
So I didn't get through all of Callisto in just one day. You do know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I had to like schedule time to play it.
I get that.
And,
Yeah, I'm just giving
and
you
there's
shit.
some other games
Calm
too.
down, dude.
I'm just kidding.
No, no, it's
You're
been
getting so upset.
opened up
Joe, can you move the mic a little closer
like
to you?
like
God
salt,
damn it.
like salt on a wound.
Are you ever happy?
And I
Just trying to people can
from
fucking
you.
hear you.
Silverstein has a song, or
They did a song with him, but that was like 4 or 5 albums ago. Called
no, they've got a new thing out.
do they?
Thirst for Violence,
I don't know what the fuck that
featuring
is.
Freddie Dredd and Silverstein. So maybe it's just Silverstein's on one of the songs. Yeah, Silverstein's on one of the songs. Pete Wentz is on one of the songs. Census Fail is on one of the songs.
No, I did not know that was a thing.
So
that's cool.
it's a group called Nothing Nowhere.
I've heard of Nothing Nowhere.
Yeah, Nothing Nowhere is the group, and then they did a song with Silverstein. It was pretty good.
There was. I've never been huge into like Black Bear, but he did a rock style album last year, and one of the songs has Anthony on it,
Oh,
and it's actually really good because it sounds like a song Bayside would write. But the whole album's like a rock album, and it's like he mainly does rap or whatever. But it was actually really good. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. It was actually a pretty good album.
Black Bear.
Yeah, Black Bear. So he's been featured on a lot of songs that I've heard, but like I said, he mainly does rap stuff. But it was a rock album, and I think it's called Ghost Story or Ghost something is the song with Anthony. It's actually really good. The whole album is
Your
really
Ghost?
That's it. The whole album is actually really good, but that song it just sounds like a song that Bayside would have wrote.
Why is
too.
he not fucking credited on here?
Is he not really?
Yeah,
He is on the actual fucking.
I mean it is Spotify though.
Yeah, he was on the actual thing because he's got a couple features on the album. He's got what's his name from. Oh fuck!
What does that say back there
Where?
behind your computer? Under. Like
This
where
one
the keyboard-
says
Oh,
Black Bear and Bayside Poltergeist.
Poltergeist. That's the name of it. Yeah, Poltergeist. It was like a little movie thing
Poltergeist.
I got that had that I put movies into. I just ran out of places to hang it, so I stuck it under there.
Those are like movies you like.
Yeah, like
That's like your top 8 or something.
I don't know if it'd be top 8. It was just movies that I really enjoyed. In Loving Memory. Yeah, that was the name of the album.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong one.
Yeah, he's got a song on there featuring The Used, Newfound Glory, and Anthony from Bayside.
The used and abused
That's what we are. The Used and Abused.
I'm not even used. I'm just abused.
and accused.
There was a Spencer, you've been doing anything else, listening to anything else, watching anything else, or like anything that you watched this past week?
I don't know about this past week, but since we hung out last time, I did watch the last 2 Harry Potter movies with my brother because he wanted to.
The 6 and 7, but just 7?
7, part 1 and 2, and that's it.
That's it.
As far as things watched, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I haven't. This is bad. I've been trying to get through. The Walking Dead. Since
Yeah.
I've been trying to get back through it, and I've watched all the way up into the point. I got to the point where Rick left again, and I've watched the first 4 or 5 episodes after that. And I have to admit, man, there's like this. Even the very first episode after he's gone, there's this
weird.
huge tonal shift in everything. Like huge tonal shift, and I was like, damn. I was like, am I gonna be able to sit through this for 2 more seasons? And I'm just sitting there. I'm like,
After who left?
Rick, because the whole story is him. It's his story, and like he left, and I'm like,
When did he leave?
season midway through season 9 was his last season, because they marked it at the season.
Like he left?
Yeah, he left the show. They didn't kill him, but he left the show because I think his family's in
couldn't kill
London
him.
and he was in Atlanta, like filming all that shit. So after that, like he wanted to go be with his family, but they didn't kill him off. But
Well, see, that was my issue with fucking Vikings, and they kill Ragnar.
It's
and
just so
like,
weird.
I can't. I try so hard to finish it out, and I'm on season 5. There's only 6 seasons, and I'm like, I can do this. I can make it to the end, but it's just without him. I'm like, what's the point?
that's what I'm so concerned about, because the last 2 seasons, like normally they got 16 episode seasons.
Yeah.
The last 2 seasons is fucking 24 episodes, and I'm like,
I'm dragging it out.
But
basically.
I've got a little bit. I haven't fully got into the whispers yet. I've got a little bit into it, and they are cool and creepy. And I'm kind of hoping that'll pull me back into it. But man, just something after Rick left, I'm like,
it was a void.
I was like, the whole story, even in the comics, is told from his perspective because it's his story. I was like, how do you do the show without him?
Yeah, I guess I do need to sit down and find another show to watch. It's about Tom.
And
I haven't watched one in a while.
Essentially, Daryl is filling that void, but. It's so weird, dude. Like, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's new relationships that you don't see together, and you're like, was that in the comics? And you're like, and I had to remember to look shit up, and I was like, no, that was in the comics, but there's like one relationship where it kind of like threw me off guard, where I was like, all right, whatever. But it's just this huge tonal shift, and I'm like, all right. Other than that, I need to get back trying to watch it. I've kind of fell out of it because I'm not trying to do what I did before. Where I was like, oh, Rick left, and I was like, fuck it, I ain't watching it anymore. So I started. What's sad? I started it all the way over, and I binged through like 9 seasons like that, like it was nothing. And then the minute I got where Rick left, I watched like 4 or 5 episodes, and I was like,
out now. Yeah.
It's like,
I know. And that's, I guess, part of why I haven't started it yet is because I know it's going to be a grind to get through them all.
But like I said,
And I've seen them.
I haven't seen any of the whispers yet, but I've heard them. Like while hordes of zombies and shit are going by, and I'm like, okay, that's really cool. It's creepy. I was like, so I'm trying to get back into that. Other than that, I've been watching The Last of Us, and that fucking show is incredible. It's just the best video game adaptation because it takes stuff from the game that you know and love, but it expands on it in a way that gives it more life. And same with characters. It takes characters that you only get little pieces of and gives them a story and fleshes them out where you're like, I really care about that character. And let me just say,
and there's other characters other than Joel and Ellie that are in the game.
Yeah. So it's like you meet up with them, and like for like people you run into them in the game that might only have like 30 minutes of time with them, it gives them like a full episode or two.
Depending on how many times you die and shit.
Yeah. And fleshes them out and shit, and you care about them by the end of the show, like the episode of the show or whatever. Yeah. And I just want to say, Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey are fucking killing it as Joel and Ellie. Like they're perfect. Like Joel, like Pedro Pascal is fucking Joel. Like I was like, dude, that dude is killing it. Like I was like,
every time I see her, I think of Mormont.
Wasn't she in Game of Thrones? Right?
Yeah, she was in Game of Thrones.
So apparently Pedro Pascal was in Game of Thrones too.
He was.
But dude, he kills it. Like when I first like saw this, I was like, I was like, okay, it's like I'm trying to do that thing where when people get cast, I'm like, I'm not gonna shit on it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I've been surprised before, but dude, he kills it.
Shit on it.
He fucking killed it.
I was shit on everything.
But yeah, that's about the only thing I've been binging is that. It's like I've just been all Last of Us, and I played through the
Everything fucking sucks.
played through the remaster again. But
am I wrong though? I'm not wrong.
Well,
I shit on everything.
We got some good topics for the next thing or whatever. But all right, guys. Any final words you guys want to say before we
he
wrap
looks like
it up?
an older, like angry Willy Wonka or something.
Shut up.
He's
I
like
have hat hair.
He's like after Gene Wilder's had enough.
I just have hat hair. Damn it.
He's like,
fuck off.
He's like after Gene Wilder's like, I ain't giving Charlie fucking shit. This is my goddamn.
You lose.
It's like
you get nothing.
It's like if he kept that attitude, and that's just how the movie ended.
This is my goddamn chocolate factory. You can fuck yourself.
Yeah, punk kicks him out of the damn thing.
You know they're doing a Willy Wonka movie with Timothy Chalamet where he's like younger.
Oh my god.
But my thing about that is though, I want to see take Joey, his attitude and all, and put him in a Willy Wonka thing because I want to see him run the chocolate factory with the fucking attitude. He's got giving tours and with the Oompa Loompas and shit. That shit would be so goddamn.
As soon as that chubby kid falls in, he'd be like, fuck him.
You just play that on the thing, get the Oompas out there. All right, start your shit. We get this over with so I can go kill
a chocolate real creamy.
Let's go so I can go kill some more kids in the next room. Let's wrap it up. Let's go. I just wanted to be like, you know, the one thing that makes me laugh about that movie, and I don't mean to go off on another tangent real fast, but someone always talks about Grandpa Joe in that fucking movie where they're like, you know, this motherfucker, he had his daughter working for so many years, couldn't get out of the fucking bed. The minute he wins a fucking golden ticket, like, motherfucker's up dancing around the room like it ain't fucking nothing and shit. And you're like, wait a minute, what?
Everybody keeps talking shit about Grandpa Joe. Needs to shut the fuck up.
He's the only one that had the You know,
I mean,
whatever you want to call
he
it.
struggled.
Get out of bed.
He
There was
struggled.
4 of them.
He struggled for a minute when he got up, and then
He
just boom, he's dancing.
He took
I'm good.
every last bit of energy he had saved to survive just for Charlie.
And if that were really what happened, he would have died.
You don't know what happened. You don't know. As soon as Charlie took over, and he said, "We're moving the whole family."
Oh,
in.
I thought you meant to
Grandpa
get
died.
out of bed. I thought you
No,
meant
he
that.
used all of he had left to help Charlie go through the factory.
Quick question.
That is not how easy physical therapy is. Let me just say that.
The Johnny Depp one, he's Charlie, right? Is he playing Charlie?
Johnny Depp? No, he's Willy
Wonka.
Willy Wonka.
Oh, because they just called it Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. See, I've only seen that movie once because I was like, this was horrendous.
Yeah, they had to call it something different.
I was like, I'm not
copyright
watching
reasons.
this again.
The original one was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, right?
That was
And then
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is the original.
I think so.
The book was called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I think he's
newest one
right. I
was-
think the Depp one is Charlie and the
Yeah, the
Chocolate
Depp
Factory.
one's Charlie. That's why I was like, is he playing Charlie? I couldn't remember. I was like, is he playing Charlie in the Chocolate Factory? I couldn't remember. Yeah, the original with Gene Wilder is the.
Is that Willy Wonka?
Willy Wonka is the Gene Wilder one. Is the only good one. I don't know what kind of weird shit that Tim Burton thought up. What's the fucking Charlie in the Chocolate Factory?
I have both because I bought the wrong one, thinking. Because it was like one of those special cases where you couldn't
I've done
see.
that. Yeah, I've done that.
I didn't hate the one with Johnny Depp, but it's definitely not nearly as good.
It's too fucking weird. Just weird.
Don't care how I
There's some
want it
funny
now.
ass shit that he does that he says to them.
Good morning, sunshine. Stars say hello. That's the only part I remember. That's it. I don't remember anything else. Stars say hello.
Please no more tangents. Please no more tangents.
But real fast before we wrap, I just want to say thanks for everybody for listening, coming back, listening. If anybody doesn't know, I put out a top 10 video last weekend. Yeah, last weekend. It was my top 10 horror movies of 2022. That's what year we just did, right? So 2022. I'm working on a top movies, just regular movies of 2022. So hopefully that'll be out soon.
We weren't invited for that.
Well,
Yeah,
do you guys have a
this is the
top
first
10?
time hearing of it.
Do you guys have a top 10 movies of 2022?
No.
You
off
wouldn't
the
know.
top
You
of
didn't
my head.
ask.
So what would you say?
Not off the top of my head.
Joey, well, the last time I asked in 2021, you're like, I have 3. So that's why I was like, you were like, I have 3. And that's it.
Whatever.
So, look on the lookout for that. Also, go follow us on YouTube on all of our 500 fucking platforms we're now on. Because, like I said, you could just throw a dart and we're on that fucking platform at this point. So, appreciate that and appreciate all the listens. And any last words from you two?
Just everybody give Mike some credit. He puts all this shit together. Me and Joey do essentially nothing but talk.
You guys show up. That's something.
Y'all are lucky you get that. Bye.
Well said.
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck you.
God
Damn it!